Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reading through the patch notes together, and I'll be giving my first opinions on all the newness coming to Diablo Immortal. Let's go. A Gilded Dawn, Tong Renewal. We wish you abundance in Sanctuary, adventurer. With fireworks lighting the sky in celebration and loved ones in our company, we turn our attention to the new year before us. May it unravel to reveal happiness, luck, and fond memories for us to look back on. We wish you a happy Lunar New Year. So as always, this server maintenance will take place on January 21st from 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. And for the Americas and the European servers, this will take place on January 22nd from midnight until 2 a.m. So the game will be unavailable to play at that time as always. So let's take a little bit of a deeper look into this update. So Tong Renewal limited time event. Tong, a god of the Xian pantheon, invites you to his renewal, a call to bask in the fading glow of a finished year, begin the cycle anew, and welcome a new year with open arms and optimism. So this limited time event will be available from January 22nd at 3 a.m. server time to February 13th at 2:59 a.m. server time. Players can complete up to 5 tasks a day to earn festive rewards such as red bags and, I can never say this word, CM, I have no idea. TSEYM. I'll put it up on the screen. You can enlighten me in the comments on how to say that. The 5 tasks to complete for rewards include dungeons, elder rifts, killing elite monsters, bounties, and defending Jingun once he's been found. So this we had last year for those who've played Diablo before. Jingun was a limited time boss dungeon that you could complete, similar to other ones that we've seen in game before. So that will be returning. So completing these tasks earns you red bags. There's no limited time. There's no limit to the number of times you can complete these tasks for rewards, but there is a weekly limit to how many rewards you can earn. So 30 red bags and 100. I still can't say it. CM. I don't know. Each week that Tong renewal is active. Red bags are celebratory Tong renewal rewards that can be gifted to a friend or your clan. Not only will you receive rewards when you open red bags sent to you, but you will also receive rewards for sending red bags. Spread the blessing of Tong renewal by sending and receiving as many red bags as you can get your hands on. Don't forget to claim a free red bag every day you log in from the Login Rewards tab within the event, which will not contribute to your overall limit. So the daily ones, you can basically claim those every single day, and that will not be against your daily limit for the bags that you can earn. You'll receive the following rewards for sending red bags in game. 1 red bag is 1-star legendary gem, 20 red bags is 2-star legendary gems, 40 red bags is 3-star legendary gems, and 60 red bags is 3 rare crests. 3-star legendary gems. I'm guessing they mean 1 legendary gem 2 and 3 legendary gems, because that seems a bit of a weird thing to be getting a 3-star legendary gem for sending bags. I'm definitely reading that correctly, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what that's like when it's in game, because I don't think that would actually be giving people like a 3 out of 5 legendary gem, because that would be really random. But I guess we'll have to see. Maybe it will. I don't know. So completing daily event tasks can also yield CMs. Again, I'm probably saying this word wrong, so ignore me. Each time you contribute a CM, you'll receive a random reward, gold, scrap, dust, or random legendary item. If you miss a login day, you can complete a quest to complete, which will allow you to claim your missed rewards. Missed rewards must be claimed in order. So the Jingun Eater of Mountains. So this is the same event that we had last year. This will be available from January 22nd at 3 a.m. server time until February 13th at 2:59 a.m. server time. Band together with fellow adventurers and hunt down the fabled Terror Jingun, Eater of Mountains. While the hunt for Jingun is afoot, you can complete daily tasks that transport you outside of the world of Sanctuary to locate signs of Jingun, which will reward you with gold, scrap, and dust. Defeating the Mountain Eater the first time will earn you 1 Telluric Pearl and a legendary item. Defeating each time after grants 2 red bags for Tong renewal. So I remember completing this before. I think you do get different rewards for completing it with a party and completing it solo. It wasn't a difficult boss to defeat last time, but obviously that may have changed this time around. So you can do it as a raid up to 8 players, or you can obviously go in with a party of 4 or do it solo, completely up to you. So it'll be interesting to see what that is like this time around in game. So there's also a limited edition Lunar New Year Fractured Plane, and with this you actually get the chance to pick from 2 available build options, and it will have randomized affixes similar to Elder Rift. So again, I'm not sure what that will look like. That is all the information that's in the patch notes, but that should be quite fun because obviously Fractured Plane can be a little bit boring when you've played it a few times, and generally it's always the same skills over and over again that we see in that. They never seem to actually have the new essences for skills in that, so I'm interested to see what this will be like, and obviously I may cover that in a video as well if that's something that you would like to see. Hunter's Moon Phantom Gallery. The Hunter's Moon Gallery is a festive way for players to acquire legendary gems, legendary crests, gem fragments, and more. Starting on January 22nd, 3 am server time, using Litra will purchase the ability to draw 1 item at random from the available item pool. This looks interesting. There are 10 items total and each can only be acquired once. Each time you draw an item, the cost of the next draw will increase. Performing 10 draws guarantees that you will receive all available items in the pool. So players can earn additional rewards on draw 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So this is similar to the ones that we've had before, the Phantom Galleries. You'll have all seen them. I think you don't even get a free draw on Phantom Gallery. You have to use orbs for it, and it normally costs quite a lot. So I will probably not be doing this. I don't have any orbs in game at the moment because I've been using all of them for my normal gem upgrades. Looking at the rewards that you get, so Masterwork Gem Selection Chest, Eternal Orbs, Legendary Crest, Masterwork Gem Selection Chest, Legendary Crest, Builder's Beacon, which is available for 60 days. So I'm going to bring that up on the screen for you to see now. So the Builder's Beacon, which can be used to create a portal to the Elder Rift, can be used for 60 days. For those that earned the Firework Vendor contract from the last year's Lunar Splendor Phantom Gallery, you can once again paint the sky with the Spirited Celebration. So if you gained the Firework last year, you'll be able to use that on, on the in-game, basically. So yeah, the Builder's Beacon, I don't actually have an image for that, but I will bring up I've shown you the image for the Firework thing from last year. Litra can be purchased with Eternal Orbs, and any unspent Litra will be removed once the Phantom Gallery ends on February 13th at 2:59 am server time. Note that the drops rate provided below are for the first draw only, and will adjust to reflect the relative probabilities of the remaining items in the Hunter's Moon Phantom Gallery item pool. So these percentages are based on your first draw only, and then obviously the percentages will increase on the other items and your probability of getting those. So the first one, you've got Bound Gem Fragment, 74.808%, and you get 5 of those. 20 Rare Crest, 22.01. Legendary Crest times 10, 1.37. Bound Gem Fragment times 30, 0.98. Masterwork Gem Selection Chest times 1, 0.58. Masterwork Gem Chest times 1, 0.25. Legendary Crest times 15, 0.25. Sovereign Masterwork Gem Chest times 1, 0.22, Masterwork Gem Chest times 1, 0.18, and Legendary Crest times 25, 0.08. So those are the probability percentages for each of the items in the Phantom Gallery, and those are obviously all the prizes in the Phantom Gallery as well, minus the bonus prizes that you get, which I've already gone through. So yeah, I mean, I do like the Phantom Galleries because it's a nice way to gain some nice things, but only if you have the money for it. It is a lot of money to spend on just one feature in game. So I will probably be skipping that, but obviously if I do any draws on it, I'll make sure I film it and make a video to share with you guys. Now this is something that a few people have mentioned to me, and this is the new limited time event Gem Surge. So this is something that's going to cost quite a lot for you to participate in, and you'll see why in a second. So let's read through this and see what it says. Heraldric alchemists have discovered a breakthrough in their mastery of gemcraft and can now better increase the potency of these potent gems. From January 22nd at 3 am server time till February 13th at 2:59 am server time, you'll be able to earn polished jade to upgrade your legendary gems quality 3, 4, and 5. Earn progress in Gem Surge by using Eternal and Legendary Crests, spending Obols in the Phantom Market, and Litra in the Phantom Gallery. There is also a weekly login reward that will give users progress in this event as well. So, Right, this event is going to cost a lot to participate in because it requires you to use red and purple crests, so your eternal or legendary crests, or spending obols in the Phantom Market, or spending Litra in the Phantom Gallery. So whatever way you look at it, you're going to be spending orbs to participate in this event. And considering there's a lot of people like myself that used their legendary crests during the mirrored jewels, or leading up to mirrored jewels, trying to get those gems that they wanted. This is kind of disappointing that they've landed or launched this in game now, but I guess it is what it is. So let's continue reading through this. So the total earnable amount of polished jade for this event is 22. Keep this in mind if you are eyeing to upgrade to 5-star 5 quality gem. So I'm going to read through the costs to upgrade your legendary gems, and I'm going to try and reword this better than how it's written in here, because when you read this out it sounds absolutely awful. So if you've got a quality 2 5-star gem and you want to upgrade it to quality 3, that will cost 1 polished jade. If you have a quality 3 5-star gem and you want to upgrade this to quality 4, that will be 7 polished jade. And if you've got a quality 4 5-star gem and you want to upgrade it to a 5 out of 5 quality gem, that will cost 22 polished jade. Now, in my opinion, I think you're better off trying to upgrade 3 quality 3 5-star gems to quality 4, because that will be 21 of the polished jade, and then you've got one spare one, or you can use that to upgrade a quality 2 to quality 3. Quality 2 5-star gems generally I try not to use, because the actual benefit that you get from that isn't much different to a normal 2-star gem. And quality 3 gems, if I'm using them, it's because I've gotten desperate and cannot find it in a quality 4. So for me personally, if I do manage to take part in this, which I probably won't because I don't really want to spend loads of money in game this month, I don't have loads of money to spend in game, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. I will probably be looking at doing the quality 3 to quality 4. I have a couple of gems that are quality 3 that I'd like to get to quality 4. So I've got Roiling Consequence and Void Spark. Both of them are quality 3. And yeah, if I could get them to quality 4, that would cost me 14 polished jade. So it wouldn't be the maximum amount from the event, and at least it would be some kind of benefit. So I'm kind of interested to see what this looks like when it's in game. Obviously, I will cover it in a separate video as well. But yeah, let me know your opinions on that. I think it's unfortunate that it's going to be pretty much for the people that are already pay to win, and not so much for people that are free to play in game, similar to obviously the Phantom Gallery. That's only for pay to win people, because you don't even get a free draw on that. Next up, we have Tong Gem Trial. As seasonal generosity has swept across the land, the ability to harness powerful legendary gems is in full effect across every tavern and back alley keep. So again, this is available from January 22nd at 3 am server time until February 13th at 2:59 am server time. You'll be able to try out the maximum power of a select legendary gem. The duration will last 3 hours, but the time only counts when you are online in-game. You'll be able to swap gems during the trial. So with this, it doesn't actually break it down. Normally with Legendary Gem Trials, this is for PvE only. So if you do select one of these gems, I don't imagine you'll be able to try it out in PvP, Rite of Exile, Battleground, anything like that. It will probably only be in PvE instances. So do bear that in mind when you test them. And the gems you can test are Golden Firmament, Roiling Consequence, More of the Deep, Storm Vault, and Heart of the Wolf, so Wolf Fjord. That's obviously because they've translated that from the Chinese patch notes here. Next up, we have the Celestial Serpents Phantom Market, and obviously I'm going to bring this up on screen. So I love the look of this Phantom Market. It's really ethereal, it looks amazing, and it's quite different to ones that we've seen previously. So it looks so good for Wizard, and I'm excited to see what it actually looks like in game. Obviously, the artist rendition here looks incredible. So let's read this, and this is because of it being the New Year of the Snake. So it's all based around that theme. Do not gaze directly into the serpent's eye, for you may never return from its stare. A new Phantom Market offering a cosmetic set celebrating Lunar New Year starts on January 22nd at 3 am server time. Using obols, players will purchase the ability to draw one item at random from the available item pool. There are 10 items in total, and each can only be acquired once. Each time you draw an item, the cost of the next draw will increase, and performing 10 draws guarantees that you will receive all items available in the Phantom Market, including the Celestial Serpents cosmetic set, which can be used with all of the Diablo Immortal classes. So with the Phantom Market, The nice thing with these is that you can actually use it across class. So if you are playing wizard like I am, you can swap class to any class in game, and that cosmetic will still be available to be used on your new class of choice. Obols can be purchased with Eternal Orbs, and any unspent obols will be converted into Platinum once the Phantom Market event ends on February 18th at 2:59 AM server time. All players will receive enough obols for a free first draw. These are automatically added to your account. So they've given everyone some free obols, which obviously that will then count towards the Gem Surge event. So that's actually quite nice. So the first draw will cost obols, but everyone will be gifted those obols in their mail. So I think that's actually quite a nice little gesture there. Because items from the Phantom Market are required randomly per draw, we want to provide players with initial draw rates for each item. So let's go through the percentage of the drop chance for each of these items as always. So the emoji enthusiastic goodbye 60%, Spiritborn oiled bronze weapon 15.63, Spiritborn twilight weapon 15.63, Celestial Serpent's portal 3.16, Torment upon torment verdant wedgent. I can't even say it. Verdant weapon wedgent. What the hell is that? Let's try that again. Torment upon torment verdant weapon 1.77. Spiritborn Oiled Bronze Armor 1.14, Spiritborn Twilight Armor 1.14, Torment upon Torment Verdant Armor 0.76, Celestial Serpents Ultimate 0.63, Celestial Serpents Cosmetic Set 0.13. So that is the percentage of probability chance of gaining those items from the Phantom Market. And as always, those percentages will increase once you've had your first draw. So if you're considering on taking multiple draws, obviously, whatever you gain first, the percentages of everything else will go up for your next draw chances. Celestial Serpents Tempering and Refining. The Celestial Serpents cosmetics come with new optional feature to upgrade the appearance of these gilded snakes. In exchange for Eternal Orbs, you can choose either temper or polish your cosmetic. If you have the Celestial Serpents cosmetic unlocked, you'll be able to trade Eternal Orbs to temper and then polish your illustrious garb. Tempering enhances the enchanting appearance of the serpent and changes the color of your primary attack to match the chosen color. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if you'll actually be able to choose the color yourself or if it's going to be a set thing. That would be quite interesting. Polishing introduces a new finisher effect when slaying elites or bosses. A new animation appears to devour your enemy. Okay, so that's quite interesting. That's something that's new, and obviously that will cost orbs. I'm guessing that's going to be quite a lot of orbs for that. If it's like 500 orbs or something like that, that's not too bad, but I'm guessing this is going to be in the thousands of orbs. But yeah, that sounds quite interesting. I'm looking forward to see what that looks like once it's in game. And obviously I might not have this on my own character. If we're not gifted the Phantom Market, I probably, again, I'm trying not to spend so much this month in game, so I probably won't be able to show you that, but maybe I can get a friend who buys it to show us all the effects so that you can have a look at that. Helpful familiars during Tongshi's renewal. Like any great companion by your side, familiars are happiest when they can help with tasks. While Tongshi's renewal is active, familiars will be able to complete bounty tasks. So this is quite interesting. I'm not sure if that includes Hellslayer bounties. If it does, obviously that gives you the chance of the Eternal gear from that once the familiar returns. And again, it doesn't say how long the bounty task will take. Obviously that normally depends on how many familiars you send. But that's quite cool. It would take a lot of weight off of people who are super busy and don't always have time to play in game quite a lot. It'd be interesting to see if that is made permanent eventually, because a lot of people have mentioned about it would be great if familiars could complete bounties for us. So let's just wait and see what that's like once it's in game. Now, I think this is what a lot of us have been waiting for, and this is balance changes. The balance changes below will be effective everywhere in Diablo Immortal, starting off with Barbarian. Undying Rage, barbarians can no longer move or stop battleground idols using Undying Rage. Cracklefell, damage increased by 26%, immobilized duration reduced from 6 to 4 seconds. Breaker's Will, the barrier of Earth now has a life equal to 250% of the barbarian's life and can be attacked and destroyed. Grim Roost, healing increased from 3% to 6% of the damage done. So that is for Barbarian. Moving on, we have Demon Hunter. Agony's Spectre, targeting range increased by 28%. Twisted Word, explosion damage increased by 20%. Flayer's Banquet, shatter armor effect increased from 4% to 7% increased damage taken per stack. Brutal Temperance, Piercing rounds damage increased by 20%. Duplicate prophecies, knockback distance increased by 12%. Next up we have Necromancer, Blackwall Skeletal Mage, damage increased by 22%. Tempest, no second chances, additional damage increased by 18%. And Wizard, Eye Plucker, shock damage increased by 29%. So Eye Plucker I've actually been using in my builds for PvE. So it's quite nice to see that there is a little bit of love going on for Wizard there. However, I feel like the class is literally bottom of the barrel at the moment. And yeah, I kind of expected a little bit more than that. But it is what it is. At least it's not another nerf, because we had enough of those over the last 16 months for Wizard. So returning events. So the following events return to Sanctuary for limited time. So each of these is coming back, and I'll go through the dates that they return. I'm not going to go through the dates when they end, just to keep this short and top line. So Tongshi's Renewal, Fractured Plane, January 22nd at 3 AM server time. Alley of Blood, January 24th at 3 AM server time. All Hands on Deck, January 25th, 3 AM server time. Tongshi's Renewal, Fractured Plane, January 29th at 3 AM server time. Trial of the Hordes, January 31st at 3 AM server time. Into the Darkwood 7-day event. So this will be an event with limited time rewards. Hopefully it will have things like Legendary Crest and Legendary Crest and Telluric Pearls. So Into the Darkwood 7-day event, that is February 1st at 3 AM server time. Tongshi's Survivor's Bane, February 5th at 3 AM server time. Conqueror, February 7th at 3 AM server time. And Hungering Moon at February 8th at 3 AM server time. There's also some feature updates. Resonance cap increase. Okay. The resonance cap has been increased to 13,024 from bonuses due to embedded legendary gems on rank 10 legendary gems. Once you reach the 13,000 mark, you'll gain access to a new tier of resonance wings. Okay, so that's for all the whales and big spenders in game. So that will not apply to me or many of us that are watching this video, I'm sure. Darkwood and Ancient's Cradle monster changes. We're increasing the monster density and rate at which they respawn in certain areas within Darkwood and Ancient's Cradle. Happy hunting. So that will obviously help with circle farming. A lot of people have specific places that they stick to because the respawn rate on some of the mobs is really low. So this will be quite good. Hopefully it will take more people out of those highly populated farming areas like Realm of Damnation and Stormpoint. Conditional drop rate. From January 22nd at 3 AM server time till February 13th server time, if you use 30 legendary or eternal crests in a row and haven't received a 5-star legendary gem, you'll gain a bonus to your drop rate starting with the 31st legendary crest. The drop rate will be increased by 2.25% of your 31st attempt and will increase cumulatively for each subsequent attempt. Should you reach your 41st attempt, the drop rate is then increased to 4.5% per attempt, and your 50th attempt drop rate is guaranteed to drop a 5-star legendary gem. So that's kind of interesting, because all along I was informed, and it's been in previous patch notes, that if you run 50 legendary crests, you're guaranteed a 5-star. That's kind of how it's always been, to my knowledge. I always found that I got better results from using the eternal crest. So generally, if I ran 50 eternal crests, I'd normally get a 5-star gem before the 50 mark. Whereas with the normal legendary crest, it would always be like on my 50th use of a crest. So it's interesting to see that they've actually kind of given a breakdown here. I don't know if that's exactly new or if that's how the mechanic has always worked for it. I personally feel that that is how it's always worked. But at least it's nice to have a little breakdown of that. Display of left and right rings update. So now when you look at your rings on your gear, you will have a left and right ring looking different. So they will be mirrored. So they'll be like this, similar to how the bracelets are, so that we can actually make sure that we're equipping the correct ring, because obviously there's lots of occasions where we've crafted or gained a new set piece. And if it's a ring, you're like, yes, this is amazing, it's a higher one, let's equip it. And you might actually have 2 of the same ring equipped, whereas this will mean you can actually see which is which, and if you have the correct ones equipped on your character. So that is actually a good improvement. It's something that's small, but it's something that's mighty, and that will help a lot of players, I think. Armory user interface improvements. We've added new filter options to the Armory. Missing equipment gets automatically replaced with sameness items, and you now have the option to only save set items to your loadout. So that's quite helpful. Anything with Armory that makes it a little bit easier is always a bonus. Immortal sigil changes. For Immortals, when you turn in your sigils, you can now turn in multiples at one time rather than needing to do them one at a time. That is so much better, because obviously I'm currently in an Immortal reign, and when you have like 70 sigils or something crazy like that, you're literally having to click for ages, and it doesn't register every click. So there's like kind of like a cooldown between each contribution, and it's super annoying. So this is going to be so much better. Survivor's Bane updates. The UI change, the user interface change indicates which classes chosen skill are from. Which classes a chosen skill are from. The intent behind this change is that Survivor's Bane has internal achievements for upgrading 2 skills from a single class fully during a single session. Yep, so obviously when you upgrade 2 skills from the same class to maximum, you will unlock further skills. So that's the whole reason for that. But I thought it was always quite obvious which class the skills were from, but that's just me. Dismantling set items at the blacksmith, quality of life. When dismantling your items at the blacksmith, there's now an option to select multiple items. I'll bring this up on the screen when dismantling. So there's always been the option to select all of your blue, grey and yellow items, but you can now click to select all the green set items as well to just salvage them automatically, which is good. But obviously make sure that you have your green items. I think you can lock items, so make sure that you have those items locked so that you don't lose them if you've got set items that you don't want to have destroyed. Friends list update. We fixed a bug in the friends list which caused characters to be cut off too early. I didn't have that issue on mobile. Cinematic mute option. We've added the option to mute the looping cinematic and auto plays when your game is updating. So that's quite good because it does get boring watching the same thing over again. 2 additional stash tabs. We've added 2 additional stash tabs for purchase, which cost 2,000 platinum each. So a few people moan about not having enough stash space. I get Boon of Plenty, so I already have the additional stash space. So for me, it's not so much of an issue. But for players that don't want to spend on Boon of Plenty, they can obviously save up their platinum and unlock 2 more stash tabs. So I think that's quite helpful for free-to-play people. Terror Reign, monster health changes. We've reduced the health of monsters, including the Lord of Terror himself, in the quest Terror's Reign. Quest user interface updates when completing a side quest. If any story adventures are unlocked in the current scene, the unlocked quest name and steps to unlock will now be displayed. New ways to earn Reforged Stones. We've added the option to earn a Reforged Stone by purchasing them from Lieutenant Fizira in Westmarch and from participating in Battlegrounds. So Reforged Stones are kind of hard to come across, and they're more beneficial to most of us than the Purification Stones, I think that's what they're called, for cursed gear. So yeah, that's quite nice. Necromancer Summons update. We fixed some rare cases of the Necromancer Summons despawning. So I didn't have that issue on my alt character, but and I've not actually heard of that issue, but yeah, obviously that's something that a few people have struggled with. And then we have some bug fixes. So that is everything from this update. I'm probably most excited for the Phantom Market and the Phantom Gallery. As I said, I'm not going to be spending much this month, so I'm going to give myself a budget to use on them. But yeah, those should be quite good to have in game. And also this gem surge event. If I get the chance to upgrade any of my legendary gems, that would be awesome, especially getting my 3-star or 3 quality ones to quality 4. That would be so good. So that is it from me today. Let me know what you're most excited about in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.